Today on What It's Like, 1969 Toyota FJ45 pickup truck. But before getting into all of it, I'm Jay. Welcome to What It's Like, the automotive channel that takes the time to talk about cars that are not often talked about. We cover the classics, vintage, some exotics, lots of orphan cars and cars off the beaten path. Dive in deep with specs, period, ads, button switches, and knobs. But most importantly, show what these cars are like. If that sounds like a channel that you will totally dig, subscribe and hit the bell icon next to it to never miss a video. This 1969 Toyota FJ45 is currently not for sale. It is part of John Kufleitner's personal collection. With that said, they do have a great selection of cars for sale. To take a gander at their inventory, click the link below after the show. 1969 Toyota model lineup. These aren't in any particular order. Corolla, Corona Mark II, Crown, 2000 GT, Hilux, Sport 800, and then you had the Land Cruiser. Toyota started selling the Land Cruiser clear back in 1951. It's important to note that that's when they started making the civilian version. The Land Cruiser story actually starts clear back in 1936 with the development of various reconnaissance cars for the war effort, which drew inspiration from the original Bantam Jeep. Willis didn't invent the original Jeep, Bantam did. If you want to know more about that whole story. Anyway, the Land Cruiser was first brought stateside in 1958. Fast forward to the 60s. The 20 series was upgraded to the 40 series. By 1968, the 100,000th Land Cruiser was sold worldwide, and it wouldn't be long until they hit the 200,000 in 72 and 300,000 by 73. The FJ was available in three wheelbase configurations: short wheelbase, J40, 41, 42, the medium wheelbase, which was super rare, J43, 44, and 46, and long wheelbase, J45 and 47. J45/47 could be had as a two-door hardtop, three-door hardtop, four-door wagon, and two-door truck. Toyota offered the FJ series from 1960 to 1984 in the world market, I suppose, and Brazilian market went from 1968 to 2001. Let's talk specs. 196.26 inches long, 65.55 inches wide, 69.7 inches tall. It rides a wheelbase of 116 inches. It weighs anywhere between 3,500 to 4,070 pounds. Ground clearance is 8.3 inches. Price, $3,583, which is equivalent to you spending $31,688.67 in the year 2023. Total 1969 Toyota production was 1,068,321 units. Before getting into the engine option, it's important to note that there are different series. The F series used Toyota's 6-cylinder engine. There was also a B series and an H series, which used diesel engines. Let's talk engine. 238 cubic inch displacement overhead valve, inline 6, 3.9 liters. It's good for 125 horsepower at 4,000 RPM, 209 pound-feet of torque at 2,000 RPM. With a bore of 3.5 inches and a stroke of 4 inches, compression is 6.8 to 1, and it's backed by a 3-speed manual transmission and 4-wheel drive. Let's talk styling. Look at all of the different lines going on. So check this one out. There's also a lot of lights up here. Got side marker lights, headlights, accessory and or fog lights. Look at how this bumper is designed with the bumper guards and or bumperettes. It's got tow hooks. This hood ornament here. If anybody knows what these are for in the comment section, it doesn't seem like it does anything. Maybe they're extras in case these break, but this is what latches the hood. Look at all these vents. Hinges. Look at how these fenders are designed. Look at these running boards. Look at how small it is here. Here's my finger for reference. Here's my finger for reference up here. They're tiny running boards. Hinges. Mirror. Look at how this windshield is designed with the windshield wipers at the top. This truck does have drip rails. It like goes the whole way around the cab. Gas filler is on the passenger side. Look at this bed. Look at how this bed is designed. The bulkhead here with the spare tire. The bed. It's got these like side hooks for tie downs, I suppose. This is all channeled out. The bed operates like this. So that's how the tailgate opens, and this is what the bed looks like. It's a pretty decent sized bed, all things considered. Coming up and getting inside, but before we do, check out this line here that goes back to the door handle. This is what the door handle looks like. It's nothing dramatically spectacular. Here is what the doors look like. I've never seen a door this thin before. Look at how thin this is. This is my finger for reference. That's insane. It's got a nice gasket seal that goes the whole way around it. Utilitarian. Door handle to pull the door shut. Window crank for the big window. And the window operates like this. Just look at how thin this window is. I don't think I've ever seen glass that thin before in a car. It's got vent windows and they operate like this, and they're really thin as well. Everything's kind of dainty. This is to lock the door. This is to get in and out. This is the door handle to open the door. Coming down inside the pedal box, but before we do, notice it sinks down a little bit. This is higher. The sidewall / kick panel is higher than the floor is. Down inside the pedal box, clutch, brake, gas pedal. This is the high beam switch. So this one does have the footwell vent, which this nice little spring is attached to so it doesn't go out too far. And then just bring it back in like that. This one has a 3-speed transmission. It's got 2 high, 4 high, and 4 low. Take a look at this interior. Just notice the seats. Look at how the seats are placed. So you can stuff stuff underneath the seat, but these aren't adjustable. But how these seats are split, it's almost like a 60-30 or a 60-40, maybe even less than that. But that's a bigger seat than this is. So that's what the door sounds like shutting. What over the hood looks like. Here's what first person over the hood looks like. Down below, this steering wheel is in my crotch, and that's why we show this, is because some vehicles, they don't fit certain body styles. I'm 6'2", I wear size 36 pants. If you're the same size as me, this might be an issue for you. On to the button switches and knobs, starting on the left and moving right. Ignition, headlights, speedometer with odometer inside of it, oil pressure, coolant temperature, high beam indicator, gasoline gauge, amp meter, fan blower motor to activate it, windshield washer feature, choke, wipers. One of them has to be for the defrost, and then there's another switch that I'm not 100% sure on. If you know, in the comment section below, please and thank you. Up above, there are sun visors, and they look like this. They're a bit on the slender side. Look up here, you have the windshield wiper motors over here. You also have the option, you can take this top off by these latches here. There's a latch there, there's a latch in the center, there's another latch over there. This has a light at the top. Nice rear view mirror here in the center. There's one there and there's one there. You can fold the whole window down even once the roof's off. Let's take a real quick look at the greenhouse, or the pillar to glass ratio. This truck is really nice. It's nice and airy because of all the windows. This is what visibility looks like out the rear window. As you can see, it's obstructed by the spare tire, but if the spare tire wasn't there, it would be a really nice view. This is what I look like sitting behind the wheel of the Land Cruiser. I got tons of headroom, and I don't feel claustrophobic whatsoever in this truck. It's a really nice place to be. Super bright and airy because of all the windows. And a beautiful over the hood look view as well. Ashtray, cigarette lighters here. On to the glove box test. Here's our test subject. Here is my hand for reference. Here is our glove box in question. And notice on the glove box there are gear shifting instructions. This glove box does not lock and unlock. Just look at all of that space inside there. There is so much space in there that both cameras will fit inside. Getting underneath the hood, just push down on this, and notice this looks like a grapple hook that just catches on that, and that's what holds it down. The hood is pretty light. This is what it looks like underneath the hood. Look at that engine. Overhead valve, inline 6, 12-volt battery there, heater box and coil are mounted over there. Notice how the grille extends the front fascia. On the positive side, super easy to see out of. This thing has great greenhouse effect with the corner windows. There are not that many blind spots on this truck. The camera fits in the huge glove box. Top comes off. Well, everything comes off really. The doors, the roof, the windshield can fold flat if you'd like it to go that way. If you have one of these, it's looking like these are going to be a great investment. Rare. It's a Toyota. They run forever. Against it, the space is tight, especially if you're driving. Steering wheel is in my crotch. For anybody that wears size 36 pants, you're going to have the steering wheel in your crotch. For as much love as these things get, the information is spotty, especially the truck version, rust prone. Some aspects are very dainty, like the doors, the windows. These are really expensive to buy right now. All right, moving on to Would You Rather. 2 scenarios today. In the first scenario, what would you rather have? A 1969 Chevy Blazer, or 1969 Yoda FJ45, or 1969 Ford Bronco? I'm going to leave this here for a minute. If you need more time, feel free, pause the video. Moving on to the second scenario, 1969 International Scout, or 1969 Yoda FJ45, or 1969 AMC Jeep. Going to leave this here again. If you need more time, feel free, pause the video. Now it's time for Name That Tune. First person to get both the name of the band and song title correctly in the comment section will have their comment pinned to the top of it. Thank you all so much for coming out and watching this. If you'd like to get in touch with me, shoot me a comment in the comment section below, or check out our Facebook group that correlates with this YouTube channel. If you don't have Facebook and would like to reach me, send me an email. All of that information will be linked in the description below. Just know I appreciate all of the support. And until next time, toodaloo! Summer nights and streetcars take me back to the world gone away. Our new memories seem like yesterday.